Okay. Good morning. So first, I have to say two things. One is, I don't think I'm a geek. I like geeks, but I think I am a person, a normal human being, and I would like to share my personal experience with some tools, trackers, software, app that could improve your life, as they did for me. And the second is, I like technology, but I don't get excited using it. So I think you could use these tools, and even if you are not so nerd as Marco Zamperini, I think you could have some improvement in your life. So my presentation is about personal data, but I would say that is something that also could change your life. It could seem like a big statement, but I think you can improve your life starting from small things, daily habits that you can change. So, first question is why you should do that, why I did that. It's a good question. You should always ask yourself why when you do something. So, I think Gandhi could help me to answer this question. Be the change you want to see in the world. It's a good answer for this question. And I think with these tools, you can start changing yourself. And as we said yesterday, you could also change the world. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. And that's a good news, because it means that we can improve ourselves a lot. Who knows this guy? Nobody? He's Leo Babauta. He lives in New York, and he is a sort of guru of minimalism. Minimalism is also architecture, design, but when I say minimalism, I think about lifestyle. A very easy, a very simple lifestyle. And reading his e-books, you can find them online for free, some of them. I realized that I could change myself a lot, starting from two areas. One is health. I found a few months later a very nice animation on YouTube by a doctor who said that the best medicine you could use is walking. And he quoted a very old man. You probably will not recognize him. Is Hippocrates. So it's a very old quote, but I think it's very true. And in this video, he explains why walking is the best medicine in the world, because you can improve, even if you're young or old, you can improve your like blood test, every kind of data about your health in a very good way, especially for chronic disease. That are the chronic diseases are the main cause of death in the world. So it's something very important. And walking is something that you can measure very easily with a tool like that. And I will show you in a slide. Another area that I decided, I discovered that I could and I should improve is diet, but not diet about what you eat, but what you consume online. You consume in news. One problem that I discovered I had, a sort of disease, is that I have been too much time online, working online, because Sergio didn't say that my main job is not blogging, but is consulting on social media, writing books, writing news as a freelance journalist. So I'm online all the time. And I discovered that the information that I got from the web not always were like knowledge, but information that I couldn't really use. So I also discovered a very interesting book that I suggest to you, that is The Information Diet, but by Clay Johnson. So with data and information, you should try to climb this pyramid. So wisdom is very high, so I would stop at knowledge. But I will start with health. So someone 2,000 years ago, probably even more, said, mens sana in corpore sano. So when I think about health and how can I measure health data, I think about body and mind. So starting with body, I showed you this tool. That is one of the tools you can find on the market. There are many now. Personally, I started using Fitbit in 2011, so more or less 2 years ago. It's a pedometer, so you can count your steps. Today, from midnight, I did 2,664 steps. Not too much, because doctors say that you should work for 10,000 steps every day to be healthy. So with this tool, I started to realize that I didn't work too much, and I had to change something in my daily life. So first change that I did was have a short walk of 30 minutes or 60 minutes just after breakfast, before starting to work. And I can say that it changed a lot. And with this tool, I realized I was more aware of what I could do and what I didn't before. So with a simple tool, you can not only use a tool, but you can access to some websites and see in a very easy visualization what are your performances. So you can measure steps, but also distance. And if you need to lose weight, you can measure calories, and you can add what you eat, which kind of foods. So you can have a balance between what you burn and what your intake. It's very easy. It's also cheap now, because you can buy a tool like that with the access to a website for less than 60 euro. So it's something that I really recommend. But talking about health, I said also mind. And with a simple application that I have on my Android phone, I started to entry data about my mood. So why you should do that? Because you have a history of your mood. So when you are very happy, you can say you are pretty good or really good. When you are not, you can say you have bad feelings. And looking on the history of what you felt, you can realize if you are happy, why you were not happy. So you can change something if you can. And you'll be more aware. Awareness, I think, it's the main keyword you should use, thinking about changing habits, using data to change habits. Time is running out. I have less than 10 minutes. I would like also to give some suggestions to you about the information diet part. So, living online, I realized I have problems to focus. And you know, everyone, even if you have a different job, time is the most precious thing you have. It's very easy to understand. But we are so much time online that sometimes we don't realize we lose a lot of time waste a lot of time for anything really important. So I found it on the Information Diet book I told you, written by Clay Johnson. Rescue Time is a very easy software. You add a tracker on your computer. You can use it on Windows, on Mac, on Android at the moment. And you get a weekly report, like this one, and you can see which are the main applications you use, in which categories, and how many hours you have been online in a week, and if you have been productive or not. And if you work online, I think could be important. So I realized that I was too much on Facebook, on Twitter, on social networking websites, so I decided to have a stop for 2 weeks, not using them, trying to be online using other kind of website to see if the information that I got could be more going to knowledge and to be more useful to me. Another tool that could help you in this, to realize how much time you spend on social networking sites, for example, it's a very funny extension of your browser, but you can set a limit number of minutes for a day from 1 hour to, like, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You decided that you don't want to be on social networks for more than 1 hour, 60 minutes. When you end your 60 minutes, you cannot use them anymore. So you will open this page suggesting you that probably you should work a little bit more and stay more focused. Something that also I changed as a blogger was taking more care about my blog and not social networking sites. So I started to write more for my blog and start to think more about sharing information online, and not just for the moment, but for something that could be useful even after days or weeks. If you consume a lot of news online, I also suggest you to use a cool tool that is Scoopinion. The main job that this service does is to suggest you sort of personalized news service. And you have also your media fingerprint, so you can see which are the main news websites that you read in stories and in time. So the bubble is bigger if you spend more time on that website, and it's more on the right side if you read more articles. So you can see that my main source is, or was, La Repubblica, followed by Il Sole 24 Ore, La Stampa, Corriere della Sera, and you see New York Times, The Verge, TechCrunch, and go on. So I realized I spent too much time on La Repubblica because that was my main first destination, so I decided to change, to start to read other newspapers, to have different perspectives, and to be a more plural view of what was going on. Also for tech bloggers, I really don't like TechCrunch, especially when Michael Harrington was editing it. So I decided to try to read less TechCrunch, reading other websites, so I can see that I did it. You should change and try to find time to do something that you really like, but usually we say, oh, reading, yeah, it's nice, I like to read, but I don't have time. And it's not true. You can find time if you think it's something important for you. So I like reading, and I use the Goodreads statistics part to track the book that I read. So there is also a challenge you can do starting the year, saying, this year I want to read 100 books. And you can see if you are on schedule or not. So it's not like something that you have to do, but it's something that you want to do, and this tool can help you to do it. We could also talk about friendships. Wolfram Alpha has a very nice service that can take data from your Facebook profile, and you can see, for example, how you really use Facebook, and you can get also some data about your friends, so you can realize which kind of friends you have and how you deal with them. So you could also improve your relationships in some ways. I have to go to the conclusion, what I'm not doing and what I would like to do. Open means that, there is a big movement about open data for the public administrations and in general. For personal data, open means, and we can discuss it in a conversation starting just after my keynote, but you should have full ownership of your data, meaning you should export them, analyze them, even in a different way, but not the proprietary platform like Fitbit. So some of these websites, they have a API, so sometimes they are going to open it. And Notch, it's a nice website that works with Fitbit, Runkeeper, and another couple of trackers. And it does very nice visualizations of your data, and you can have some insights about your activity. Like, you probably will not read from far, but it said that during last month, I did an average of 9,978 daily steps, that is quite close to 10,000. And the average daily steps for everyone using Fitbit is only 5,000. What I would like to do is use this kind of tools for personal finance, because I would really like to know how I spend my money without having to write down everything on an Excel website, Excel file. So you have a credit card, you have a bank account, and in US you have services like Mint that are not available outside US, and I don't know any bank or credit card company that is connected also with Mint from Italy. And it could improve also and make you more aware about how you spend your money. And I think it could be a very good improvement also. So I'd like to thank you for your time. I'd like, as you can see from my T-shirt, please tweet if you agree with me, you have disagreement with what I said. And I think also Alessio Iacona, that is going to moderate our conversation, could use this for some questions. Thanks.